Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, you appear at the home on January 8th, correct?
Yes,
And that was the first time you went there.
correct.
And before you got there, there were other people from the Mass State Police. They'd already been there.
In previous days, when I had responded to the house, we had all arrived at the same time.
Okay, but you understand, don't you, Mr. Sheehan, that there had been multiple officers in and out of that house over a period of multiple days?
Yes,
And you understand, don't you, Mr. Sheehan, that those officers had gone in and out of that house, not wearing any protective garments, not wearing any protective booties. They went and they inspected certain rooms of that house, correct?
yes,
And you understand, don't you, that when you go to collect samples from a scene like this from the home, it was very important to maintain the integrity of the home before you collected samples, correct?
correct.
Now, believe me, I'm not questioning your expertise, your training, your experience. Let's be clear about that. But when you try to make conclusions about a sample that you collected in a certain part of this home, and then another sample that you collected in another part of the home, knowing that other people had been in and out of that home in the days leading up to you getting there, you can't tell this jury how certain samples are biological samples were first deposited in certain areas of that home.
No, I cannot.
So let's talk a little bit about that bedroom area that you told us about. Do you recall testifying that there was something that looked like white residue or something like that on the flooring of one of the bedrooms upstairs?
Yes,
And you noticed that on January 9th of 2023, didn't you?
yes,
And in fact, in your report and your notes you wrote, you specifically stated that when you were there on January 8th, you didn't see that, correct?
I don't recall if that was in my report or not.
Okay, was it in your notes?
No.
All right, let's come back to that in a minute. On January 8th, were you up in that bedroom where that area was, now you told us about the white residue?
No.
So you understand, though, that other Mass State Police have been up in that room.
Yes,
And you understand that when you went up on the 9th, that's when you first saw what you have described to this jury, correct?
yes,
Now, as a result of the observations that you made in that room, it's our understanding then that you caused, well, that's not entirely accurate, but in any event, there was flooring dug up in or around that area that you saw the white residue, correct?
correct.
And that area covered that area that looks like from the exhibits, that area that was between the clothing, the pile of clothing, and placard tin, correct?
Yes,
And then I keep saying that. Did you ask that the flooring be removed?
no,
Okay, someone else did that.
correct.
But then after that flooring was removed, you went up and examined that area where the flooring had been removed.
Correct.
Now, there is a reason, isn't there, why someone decided to remove that flooring? There's a reason for that, right?
Yes,
And the reason would be because they were looking to see if there was biological evidence that had deposited itself between the spaces between the wood flooring planks, correct?
yes,
And that is a common thing that you have seen in your examination of flooring, that something like fluid blood or fluid biological, some other substance, flows between the crevices or where the flooring butts up against each other, correct?
yes,
And when the flooring is then pulled up, now what you're looking for is to see if any of the biological fluid had deposited itself not only in the joints between the flooring planks, but then back on the subfloor where the flooring planks lay, correct?
yes,
And after a thorough examination, after all of those flooring planks were dug up, on that floor, you didn't find any evidence whatsoever of any biological substance that tested positive for blood.
Correct.
And you didn't find any evidence of biological substance that tested for anything else up there after they ripped out that floor, correct?
Correct.
There is nothing in the examination of that bedroom that indicates that any biological substance whatsoever had been deposited on the floor, is it?
Yes, that is correct.
Now, is that the same room that had a hole in the ceiling?
Yes.
And what did you do to test any of that area surrounding that hole in the ceiling in that same bedroom?
I did not test it.
Did you go up into the attic and examine the attic that surrounded that area where that hole was?
No, I did not. From what I recall, that it looked like it was undisturbed.
What do you mean by that?
The insulation area.
The insulation area in the ceiling.
Yes, directly above the hole.
So to you, when you say undisturbed, it looked like maybe someone hadn't even been up in the ceiling because the insulation had been undisturbed, correct?
Correct.
And so if someone had been up in the attic, and based on your experience and training, you would have expected maybe to see that insulation having been disturbed. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
And then did anybody point out to you, Mr. Sheehan, that the parts of the ceiling from the hole had been maintained in a drawer in that same bedroom?
Yes, they did.
And did you ever examine those pieces of ceiling?
I recall visualizing them, but they had no staining on them, so I did not go any further with those.
So just focusing now on the hole in the ceiling, you didn't see anything of any forensic significance, can I put it that way?
Yes.
And when you noticed the insulation in or around that hole, you didn't see that it had been disturbed as if somebody had been up in that attic, right?
Correct.
And then you examined the bits and pieces that had been maintained in the drawer of the cabinet, the nightstand, whatever we want to call it, in that room, and you didn't see anything forensically significant about those pieces either, did you?
Correct.
And then as we talk now about the flooring that was pulled up and examined in that same room, you didn't find anything forensically significant about that flooring, did you?
Correct.
You have, and is that the same room that you saw what you thought were red-brown stains in or around the curtain areas?
Yes, stains H and I.
Okay, and what did those stains turn out to be?
I'm not sure. They had screened negative for blood.
Okay, so it's fair to say, isn't it, that sometimes you see red-brown stains when you're examining a scene, and since they look and are characterized as red-brown stains, or in your report you use RBS, am I right about that?
Yes.
You see something and you call it RBS, and then you go to test it, and it turns out that it's negative, correct?
Yes, that's fairly common.
Right. And so, was there anything else in that bedroom that was forensically significant to you when you examined that bedroom?
No.
Mr. Sheehan, you are aware of the fact that the baseboard, some of the baseboard in that same bedroom was removed, pulled away from the wall, right?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Was baseboard removed in any of the rooms in that home to check to see if there was biological evidence behind the baseboard?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You're not saying it didn't happen. You're just saying, to the best of your knowledge, you didn't do it, correct?
Correct.
So as you sit here today in front of these jurors, it's fair to say that forensic, there is nothing in that bedroom that indicates that anything forensic was found in that bedroom, correct?
Correct.
And you have no idea when you talk about that white residue on the floor that you saw on January 9th, you have no idea what caused that, correct?
Don't.
And you don't know if that was caused by, let me back up a little bit. Did you describe that on direct examination as if the varnish on the floor had been removed?
Yes, that's what it appeared to be.
And when you did you use the word removed?
Yes.
But it's true, isn't it, that you could characterize the absence of the sheen of the varnish, that it could have just been the result of wear and tear, correct?
Yes.
And in a bedroom like that, where you have a lot of people coming in and out, and it's in the open area of the room, that could just be a result of wear and tear from kids playing, adults walking back and forth over periods of time, correct?
Yes.
Did that bedroom have a closet to it?
From what I recall, it was like it was a closet, but there was no doors on it, if I recall correctly.
Okay. And did you examine the interior of the closet?
Yes.
Did you find anything of forensic significance in the interior of the closet?
No.
Did you find anything of forensic significance on the door trim or anything of the sort?
I did not.
When you examined that room, Mr. Sheehan, was there a bed in there?
Yes, there was.
And did you examine the bed?
Visually, yes.
And did you do any testing on any parts of the bed?
No.
Did you notice that on the bed in that bedroom, there was in fact sheets and bedding still intact there, correct?
Yes.
And did you cause to test any of the bedding on that bed in that room?
No, there were no visible stains for testing.
Okay. And it's fair to say, isn't it, when you're examining a scene like this, even though you don't see visible stains, you may, based on your training and experience, think, well, maybe I should just check that to see if there's anything there that I can't see with my eyes, correct?
Correct.
Now, you have tools, don't you? You have chemicals. You have processes that you've been trained on so you can see and if you can detect the presence of a biological substance that you cannot visually see, correct?
Yes.
And can you just tell the jury a little bit about that?
It's called a general screen. This general screen process could be done on any area of surface as long as it's hard or even in fabric of nature. It's called a general screen because there's no visible staining on it.
Are you familiar with the word occult?
Yes.
Occult blood?
Yes. Means non-visible.
Okay. And so it's fair to say that you have been trained and you have experience where you can try to find or detect the presence of occult blood, correct?
Yes.
And in this case, in this home, in this room, you didn't even see any cause or any reason for you to check if there was occult blood or anywhere in this room.
Correct.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about some other rooms in this house on the second floor. Did you examine other rooms in this house that were up on the second floor?
Only the bathrooms.
And there were 2 bathrooms, correct?
Yes.
And was one, can you just tell the jury where the bathrooms were on the second floor?
On the second floor, there was one directly in front of the stairs as you reach the second floor, and then the second one was in one of the other bedrooms.
Now, I thought I heard you say, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that with regards to both bathrooms, you examined and tested the handle faucets, correct?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Generally to see if there was any type of biological material on a person's hands if they had used the sink to try to wash off.
And in your experience and training, and in examining these scenes, you often find evidence of biological sample, including blood, on the handles of the sinks, correct?
Yes.
And that's true, isn't it? Especially where someone has tried to clean up a scene where something bad has happened, correct?
Correct.
And in this case, in both bathrooms, on the second floor, on the same floor where that room was that had the hole in the ceiling, you found no evidence of any biological a forensically significant biological sample in either one of these bedrooms, correct?
Correct.
It's fair to say, isn't it, that based on your training and experience, when you're not just looking at those handles, you also looked at the drains, didn't you?
Yes.
And why'd you look at the drains?
If you were washing your hands, that's where all of the water would go.
And in fact, what happens is, isn't it, that if someone has a biological substance on their hands and they're trying to hide it or get rid of it, and they wash their hands, that biological substance can flow down the drain, but it also can remain in the seams or where the drain connects to the sink, correct?
Yes.
And that is a source, often, based on your experience, where that's where you find examples of biological substances that rest between the seams, I'm going to call them, and that's not a good word, but a seams of where a drain fits into the sink one, right?
Yes.
Because people can try to clean that up. If they want to hide where something happened, they can try to clean that up, but they don't think well, when they try to clean it up, they might not be able to clean up what went in between the seams of the sink drain and the sink, correct?
Yes, I would say that's accurate.
Okay, and that's why you look there, right?
Yes.
Because even though someone might try to clean up, they don't know that that's where the biological substance may rest, correct?
Correct.
And that same thinking, that same process of investigation that you've been trained and you have experience doing it, that was kind of the same thinking you used when you went up and looked at the pulled up floor that someone had pulled up, and you looked at the flooring and the subfloor to see if anything had been deposited there. Someone might not have known could have gotten there, even though they tried to clean the floor, right?
Correct.
And when we talk about the drains and the faucets of those bathrooms upstairs, are you including the drains and the faucets that would be associated with a shower or bathtub that was in those bathrooms?
Yes.
And once again, after all the testing, you found nothing in the bathrooms, correct?
Correct.
That was forensically significant, correct?
Yes.
So now I want to ask you, as you move down from the second floor of this home, and you move down the stairway, was there in fact a main stairway that came down from that second area you just told these jurors about?
Yes.
And did you examine the stairway that led down?
Yes.
If you know, Mr. Sheehan, were the stairs that traveled from the second floor down to the first floor, were they wood or covered in carpet or anything of the sort?
If I recall correctly, they were hardwood.
Okay. And you examined those stairs to see if there was any evidence of blood?
Yes, visually.
And you saw nothing?
Correct.
And you saw nothing on the walls that bordered those stairs?
Correct.
And you saw nothing on the railings that would border the stairs, correct?
Correct.
So now, we've moved from the second floor, the bedroom with the hole in the ceiling, the two bathrooms upstairs, all the way down the stairs, and if we think about that now, so far, you haven't found anything whatsoever forensically in that home for those areas.
Correct.